So a few years ago, a close friend of mine gave me a book by Deepak Chopra called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. It's a beautiful, concise little book filled with valuable life lessons. But there was one chapter in particular that's had a major influence on my life, and that's a chapter on Dharma. So what does it mean? Well, Dharma is a Sanskrit word which means purpose of life. And the law of Dharma states that everyone has a unique talent, and it's your purpose in life to discover that talent and use it to help other people. So 1, you are unique. Nobody else is you. No one else has your genetics, your education, your life experience. 2, you have something special to offer which no one else has. 3, you need to discover what that special thing is. And 4, it's your purpose to use that to help other people. So Woodrow Wilson said, "You are not here merely to make a living. You are here to enable the world to live more aptly, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world." Now, I don't believe that this talent is just one specific thing, but rather a combination of broader skills. For example, maybe you have a passion for music and a love for children. Or perhaps you've lost a loved one in the past, which can allow you to help better understand and others cope through a difficult time. There are 2 people that have really inspired me, which I believe not only understood this idea, but truly embraced it in their life. Kip Keino is considered to be one of the greatest Olympic athletes. He's also a national hero in Kenya for good reason. In the 1968 Mexico Olympic Games, Kip Keino was leading the 10,000 meter race. With 2 laps remaining, he collapsed on the track from an acute gallbladder infection. He was helped to his feet, which disqualified him, but he went on to cross the finish line. Now, doctors told him he was far too ill to run any of the following races. But going against their request to pull out, a few days later, he not only raced in the 5,000 meter, but he placed silver. Now, on the day of the 1,500 meter, again, he was told he was far too ill, but he decided he owed it to his country to at least run. So he hopped in a taxi and headed to the Olympic Stadium. On the way, he got stuck in a traffic jam. So he thought he's not going to sit in this taxi and miss his opportunity to run for his country. So he hopped out of the taxi and ran the rest of the way to the stadium and to the start line. He not only won that race, but he set an Olympic record in the process. Now, it's a truly remarkable story, but I think what he did after that is a really remarkable part. Unlike most of today's professional athletes, Kip understood that he needed to use his talent to help other people. He went back to a small village of Eldoret in Kenya, and he opened the Kazi Mingi Farm, which was an orphanage for children. That farm has now expanded to an elementary school, a second orphanage, and now a running camp, which has inspired and trained an entirely new generation of African runners, which are not only winning medals around the world, but are following in Kip's footsteps and giving back to their community. Now, the next person you may not have heard of. In fact, you probably only know her if you grew up in my small town in southern Saskatchewan. But her name was Linda Frosthog, and she was my high school English teacher. Linda loved 3 things: English literature, teaching, and horses. And everything that Linda did revolved around the love of those three things. You know, it was quite common to have conversations run way after class about T.S. Eliot, or to have her take the entire grade on a wagon ride on the hills south of Glentworth. Now, Linda wasn't a wealthy person, but I believe she was successful and she was happy because she was sharing her passion with other people. And unfortunately, Linda passed away in 2003 from cancer, but I still think of her. And she taught me a very valuable lesson, that you don't have to be famous to help others and to do great things in your life. Now, TEDx is all about people sharing their passions. So my final question to you is, what is your Dharma? Thank you.